Right, today I'm going to talk to you about my first impressions of FIFA 12. Now before I start this video, I'd like to tell you that even though I lose in this gameplay, I still used it because it demonstrated my point pretty well, and it outlined the flaws and the good parts of the game. So, despite me not winning, it's still a pretty good gameplay to illustrate my point. Alright, so first of all, I'd like to talk to you about the good parts, which are there are more good parts than bad parts to FIFA 12, and I'd like to talk about them. Okay, so tactical defending is the first thing I'm going to say. Tactical defending is pretty realistic. It's not like the homing missile type defending in FIFA 11, so I find it a lot better. Also, you need a little bit more skill to get past the defenders now. It's not like you just do a trick in FIFA 11 and get past them instantly. Tactical defending allows for a more realistic experience of, how defending is played in real life. Personality Plus is still there, which is also a good feature, so you can pick your players depending on their skill level and their traits. Graphics, the graphics are pretty much the same as FIFA 11. I think they made the faces a little bit sharper because when you score a goal, the celebration cam is much more closer to the players' faces and illustrates them more. But other than that, if you're buying FIFA 12 just for the graphical update, you won't really find a major one. So you'll have to look somewhere else. Despite there being a few hitches, like some players don't look that realistic as their real-life counterparts, but those can be overlooked. Okay, the multiplayer is pretty solid. I haven't experienced very many lag-full games. I've experienced a few laggy games, but very few. So I'm not disappointed with the EA servers in FIFA 12. But the multiplayer also has a bad side to it, as does tactical defending. FIFA 12 has a lot of teams. I'm pretty sure it has more teams than FIFA 11, which is good. So you have a huge variety of teams to choose from, most of them being licensed, and so on. The interface is faster. It's now horizontal, no longer vertical, so accessing the main menu is a lot faster, so less waiting time, which is good. Precision dribbling is overall a pretty much flaw-free part of the game, which I really enjoy. Precision dribbling allows you to do tricks a lot easier, whereas in FIFA 12 it felt a bit stiff. Now in FIFA 11, sorry, it felt a bit stiff. In FIFA 12 it feels much more fluid. That was a pretty nice shot. It feels a lot more fluid, so it allows for a more realistic and enjoyable gameplay experience. That being said, the ball physics are also improved, so passing and shooting seems more realistic. The ball has different feel to it, which is good. And also the collision engine, which was incorporated. I mean, you've all seen the trailers, you all know what the game comes with. The collision engine provides for some pretty realistic injuries and collisions. Alright, now let's talk about the bad stuff in FIFA 12, which unfortunately there are quite a few bad points, which can be fixed with a patch. Other things are just my personal experience. The multiplayer, despite the multiplayer being good with the new head-to-head seasons and head-to-head cup thing, which I'll go over in the review of FIFA 12 I'll be doing soon. In the multiplayer, you can't see the other person's teams, so you're completely you have no idea what they're gonna pick, if they're gonna pick a club or a national team. So this pretty much annihilates the balance. So you will, like in this game, I'm playing Barcelona versus Barcelona. Nice shot there. I had no idea he was gonna be Barcelona, so this would improve the balance system, so you wouldn't be completely caught off guard with the teams you're picking. The AI is a bit too hard. As you know, they revamped the AI to make it more realistic, so the AI plays a lot more like a human being than before. But what I noticed, I used to play FIFA 11 on professional, and what I noticed on FIFA 12 is it's really hard. Like, I have to play on semi-pro sometimes because professional is just too hard. The other team's just really good. So I think they have to improve on the transition. If they can patch the difficulties to make it more like FIFA 11, that's a pretty annoying glitch right there. But continuing on with the difficulty, they definitely made it a lot harder. So I don't know why people were complaining that FIFA 11 was too easy, because I don't agree with that. I think FIFA 11 was pretty much perfect when it comes to difficulties, but for some reason they decided to patch it. Okay, next. The people on multiplayer are insane. That's a side note. Despite the game being out for just a week, the people have really adapted to it. So multiplayer will definitely not be easy. Well, it also depends on your skill, but if you're as skilled as I am, um, the multiplayer will not be easy at all. Uh, Next, the collision engine is a bit glitchy. Sometimes you'll get some really unrealistic collisions, but that's another side note, you know. Good effort on trying to put it in, incorporating it in the game, so I'm not going to slag them off for that. Tactical defending, you have to get used to it. Despite it being realistic, the other side of the coin is it's hard to get used to, because if you're coming from FIFA 11 and FIFA 10, where defending was just like holding A and having your players launch at them, you're gonna be surprised, and there's quite a bit of learning curve in FIFA 12 when it comes to tactical defending. One thing I really hate about the tactical defending is because the best way to tactically defend, I've noticed, is by jockeying, which is pressing the left trigger and A at the same time. And you're doing that constantly when the other team has the ball. And when you want to switch players, you have to press left bumper. So it's really inconvenient that you're holding like two buttons in the same place at the same time, or you're constantly pressing one button. So having to constantly reach for LB when you're pressing LT is a bit annoying. And as seen before, when they score their first goal, you'll see that the goalie made a really stupid decision. I guess this adds to the realism of human decisions in the game, but the goalie made a really stupid decision. I wasn't pressing the Y button, which makes him run to the players. He was running by himself, so that was really frustrating. I hated it when he did that, and I could have actually tied the game if that hadn't happened. But overall, FIFA 12 is pretty good. I have noticed that there are more good points than bad points on my list, but I think they should definitely patch a couple of the bad points to make the game truly good. But other than that, I think you should go out, if you're a fan of FIFA 11, you should go out and buy the game. Alright, so wait for the FIFA 12 review I will be doing soon, and yeah, enjoy the rest of the gameplay. Okay, well, at least I'm intercepting some of his passes too.